Tellemtribe Tarot, daily readings for my tribe. Subscribe to my channel.
Peace, Gemini. I am Cherokee with Tellemtribe Tarot, coming to you with another reading. Happy weekend. I hope your week was productive and you achieved everything that you set forth to do, or at least are on the right path to doing so. Taking meaningful steps in the right direction, living on purpose, and remembering your self-love and self-care is just as important as your day-to-day responsibilities outside of yourself. You got to take care of self first, okay? Now, take what resonates in this reading and leave behind what doesn't. Join the channel membership for exclusive content and your membership badge. Also, turn on post notifications so that you can be notified whenever, I upload a reading. So hit that bell and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment to say hello to a goddess, because you know I love it when you say hello. And once again, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. This reading is going to be for someone who doesn't feel loved. You may not feel loved right now, and I want to provide you some guidance on that. And yes, so Spirit, please provide me with the guided messages for the Gemini collective. This is for the individual who does not feel loved at this time. There's actually a deck that I want to use first that I didn't prepare, and I feel like the message from this deck is going to gauge the reading. This is from my Elemental Empath Oracle deck. So we're going to see what you need to know right now. Spirit, please provide me with the guided messages for the Gemini collective. Please provide me with the guided messages for Gemini who doesn't feel loved right now. All right. Raise vibration, connect to light, release blocks or blockages, strengthen your bond with yourself, and safety. So boundaries. So this is very much needed for you right now, Gemini. I feel like you may have recently allowed a situation to surpass your boundaries, to surpass an area within you that you are not comfortable with, and it has you feeling a bit sad or in discontent. You're just not feeling like yourself and you want to feel loved. So let's see, my deck is upside down. All right, so we have the Queen of Coins. The challenge is the Hermit. What you need to focus on is the Eight of Swords. What you need to leave behind is the Page of Cups. Your strength right now is the Four of Cups. The near future is the Five of Coins. Then we have the World is the Advice. Your environment is the Knight of Cups. What you may hope or fear is the Page of Wands. And the possible outcome is the Seven of Wands. On the bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. So there's a feeling of uncertainty. And I feel like you are imbalanced emotionally right now because you're just uncertain about some things. You're uncertain about where you stand with what you believe, with where you may feel like you're part of some kind of process that you're trying to withdraw from, or maybe an old way of thinking. Something triggered you into a space that you may have grown from. You may have felt that you have backtracked. And then now you don't feel loved. And then you have a fear right now of just being alone with these thoughts because they don't feel invalid, but you're just having a hard time describing them. So we're going to talk to the guides and see what they have to say. So the situation right now is the Queen of Coins, right? So you're in the space where you are making sure, or at least trying to make sure, that everything is everything. Your ducks are in a row. You are trying, even if you're not in the space where you feel like you're accomplishing what you're setting forth to do, you're definitely trying to forge ahead to ensure that you're not in a situation where you're going to need other people. And you may be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, or you may be I feel an energy of someone who's been working over time to set themselves up for success. And you may be in between jobs, but you're not suffering financially. Like you're good, but you still feel like something's missing and something happened to trigger you. There's something that occurred. So it could be with the Page of Cups in the recent past, or very recently, like right now. It could have been a new connection that you've made. If this is regarding love, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy present, you may have dealt with someone that is new to your energy, new to your life. They see how you're living. For whatever reason, you feel like they're misjudging you, or they are incompatible with your energy, but you like them, and you allow them into a specific space in your life that you maybe shouldn't have. And now you feel a sense of, when am I going to get the love that I want, the love that I need? So apply that scenario as you see fit. Or you could have allowed a circumstance to get into like a new connection, like a new got really excited about something that was happening, and you did too much too soon, and that made you put you in a position of lack. So that's what you're leaving behind right now, or what you need to leave behind right now, is just the feeling of disappointment for not using that situation to the best of your ability to help you to keep moving onward. Because you're in a space of moving onward. You're in a space of just building and sustaining and securing a sturdy foundation, handling your responsibilities with this Queen of Coins or Pentacles energy. I feel like you're not trying to attach yourself to anything that is going to slow you down, because before you may have felt like you spent a lot of time fostering relationships that weren't conducive to what you wanted for your future self. So now that you're doing that, and you may have had an experience that pulled you back a couple of notches, it's just making you feel like, I just need to love myself more so I don't allow these things to happen, or allow these things to reoccur. So you do have something that you're leaving, that you're deciding right now that you're leaving in the past. Now, your focus, Gemini, right now needs to be on believing in yourself. With the Eight of Swords, it's saying that you see your potential in something. You see your mind. You know how your heart and your mind works, usually on opposite ends of the spectrum. But you understand yourself to a certain level, to a certain degree. And you have a responsibility, which scares the shit out of you possibly, to show up for yourself. And the advice that your guides have for you is to stop acting like you don't know your worth, and make a solid decision on how you want to show up for yourself. right? So I feel like you're not feeling love because you're not showing up for yourself in the situations when it matters, whether that means not speaking up, because swords is a suit of communication, speaking up, not speaking your truth, um, not saying what's on your mind. It's a suit of thoughts, you know? So not having conversations that can bring peace, or not even listening to yourself so that you can project what you want clearly to other people. How can someone or people respect what you stand for if you're not standing up for yourself? So that's something else that you have to look at as well. So that's the advice. You have to show up for yourself. Now, your goal is that you don't want to waste time on situations or people that aren't for you, but you don't want to seem shallow for it. You don't want to feel like, I just heard my stomach growling. I skipped breakfast, y'all. I hope y'all ain't hear it in the mic. And if y'all did, but that's what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe anything happens by chance. Everything is purposeful. So you might be hungry too, Gemini, at any point when you watch this. So it's just like, go get you something to eat. After this reading, I'm finna like, go get me something to eat. But no, back to you with this love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel empty, like my stomach. And you have to be mindful of allowing temporary situations or people to come in temporarily to satisfy those things, because you don't want to get back into that giddy person that you were in the past, that was just not having any filter and just being excited about doing things that's outside of your scope and not filtering, because you still have to filter. Yes, you still have to be a person that's full of love, light, and prosperity, and looking for ways to evolve. But you cannot just allow any and everybody to just get into your space like that and affect you in this way, because it's just not going to work for you. That's not who this particular Gemini that I'm speaking with, that's not you. That's not your vibe. So you may get bored with where you are because you're in a good place right now. The challenge is for you to listen to yourself and see what it is that you truly want and make it clear about that. If you don't know what the hell you want, you're not going to be able to hit the goal of keeping that inspiration, keeping love around you and within you, because you're always going to feel like something is missing. So you have to do exactly what this card said, which is soul searching. Looking within yourself with this Hermit card. Looking within yourself. Scorpio energy is here, heavy as well. And Capricorn is here, and Taurus is here. So, I mean, Virgo is here as well. So I want you to understand this, that you have to look within yourself and you have to listen to what you want. And you will know what you want when you're in the midst of things and you hear it. You hear the inside voice within you saying, no, this is not for me. Or yes, I need more of this. Or I need to work on this. Listen to what you want and stop ignoring it. That's what the problem is, right? So your goal is just to not waste any time pining on things that you cannot change, and working progressively towards what you can, and keeping people around you that makes you feel like home, or makes life feel like home, that makes you comfortable. Yes, life is all about making yourself uncomfortable, but at the same time, you still have to put a cap on, or a boundary on, how you maneuver so that you can protect your peace and feel love in any circumstance. Now, Gemini, with the World card, I feel like you are needing to adhere to what you feel, yes, and take meaningful steps towards it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you have to clear your space from anything that does not serve you, and welcome connections that feel like home. And I feel like if you want to come to a conclusion from feeling this feeling of lack, You have to ask yourself how you want to feel on a day-to-day basis. You have to ask yourself, what do you want? And you have to constantly ask those questions, because the answers are going to change every time. But you've been through this cycle. You've been through this cycle before. This is not new territory for you. So you have an idea of how you need to move. With the near future being the Five of Coins, Gemini, it's so important for you to understand yourself and what you want, so you know how to relieve yourself from the stresses of your day-to-day life, and to see that at times you're being your own worst enemy. So to avoid this misfortune in the near future, you have to ask yourself, what do you want? It all goes back to, what do you want? Your environment right now being the Knight of Cups, I feel like there is someone, or in your life right now, you may have met a new person. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy here. For some of you, this could be your person, and you may be feeling unloved by this Knight of Cups energy. To someone that is into you, always shown themselves as shown up for you, but you may feel like right now in this moment, watching this video, this reading, that they don't love you as much as they used to. It could be a new connection with the person that you recently met, and you may feel like they don't like you like they did prior to, in the initial meeting stages. You know what I'm saying? And your guides are saying that you are the flow. You are the ebb and flow of your life. So you have to set the tone of how you want to be felt. Fuck how you want to be how you want to be seen. How do you want to be felt? Do you want to be felt to someone who is not secure within themselves enough to be able to function if life is not going according to plan, or they aren't getting what they want? You have to know what you want, and you have to be able to give it to yourself, even if you're not getting it from whom you would like to show up for you. Life is not going to always show up for you in the way that you expect, and you have to be okay with that. So I feel like with your environment being the Knight of Cups, you may have to just take a step into yourself and not rely on this person's energy for reassurance. Reassure yourself. You may also need to hone the energy of the Knight of Cups and love on you the way how you want to be loved. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a person or a relationship. It's just a relationship with yourself. Now, what your hope is, the Page of Wands. You're hoping that you can take action on this and be creative with the way how you love yourself and the way how you show up for yourself, so that when you get to these feelings of lack, you can just bounce back quickly, so it doesn't affect your day-to-day life. Because again, this is the Queen of Coins energy that you're on right now. You handling your business. You are the one that gets things done. You are the one that's money motivated. You're ambitious, and you're nurturing all of these little things that are happening around you. You can take little, steps to get things done, because that's what you do. With the possible outcomes being the Seven of Wands, I see that you are determined to feel good about yourself. So I do see with you working on just knowing what you want, Gemini, you're going to solve this issue. Write down what you want. What do you want from yourself? What do you want from your situation? What do you want? And be clear about it, and don't be afraid to answer that question truthfully. And that is where the answer lies for you to feel loved. Okay? So I hope this message resonates with you, Gemini. I'm going to pull one of these little heart oracle cards for you before we wrap this up. Remember to drop a comment to say hello to a goddess, because I love it when you say hello. And I hope you feel better. I hope you cheer up. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody deserves to feel love. And the most important thing about that is that, oh, 2 cards fell out, is that you have to love yourself. All right, so the first one is look inside yourself. Do you see that, Gemini? Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. And then this one fell out right after. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. You needed this message, Gemini. Share it to someone who needs it as well. It doesn't have to be a Gemini either. It's universal. And you got this. You got this. All right? So until we speak again, Gemini, I appreciate you for passing through. We will certainly speak again soon. Subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment to say hello to a goddess, because you know I love it when you say hello. And love and light, tribe.